Mario, let me tell you something, man. There's a lot going on in the big city, the city that never sleeps, the Big Apple, New York City. There's just a lot going on there. The Knicks all of a sudden they're good. The Brooklyn Nets are a powerhouse. The Astros come into the Bronx and get absolutely pooped on by the Yankees and their fans. Oscar the Grouch in the stand. You feel me? There's a lot going on in New York City right now, Mario. But look, there's one team in particular that we gotta talk about because this situation just went from here to here, like real quick. And that's the New York Rangers. So a couple days ago we talked about how Tom Wilson got fined $5,000 and how we thought it was a light suspension. We talked about this, and the Rangers actually spoke out about this. And as a result, James Dolan actually put out a quote saying that it was a horrifying act of violence, which it was. I talked about how fighting is a thing in hockey, but the fact that body slammed our teammate Perneri, like that was just absolutely unnecessary. And they actually called for Parros' firing because they thought that him finding him that lightly meant that he's no longer fit for the role that he plays in. And as a result, Mario, the NHL fined him $250,000, which is $250,000 in case you don't know your math. Which is just pretty. That's just some insane stuff, Mario. I mean, you would never expect you to be fined over your own opinion. I mean, that's just crazy. Now let me get to the next one, okay? So the Capitals and Rangers faced off last night. By the way, the Capitals won that game 4-2 in Madison Square Garden. As soon as the puck dropped, these damn people started fighting. As soon as the puck dropped, it's not even a second in the game, and these guys are already fighting. There was three of them. There was three of them at once. As soon as the puck dropped, there was a total of 6 fights and a total of 141 penalty minutes, 72 penalty minutes in the first 4 minutes and 14 seconds of the game. Some truly insane stuff, Mario. That has to be a record. It really, it really does have to be. And obviously, this comes after what Tom Wilson did a couple nights ago to our team in Panarin. Um, it's just crazy, Mario. Like you just like it's fight night. What else can I say? It's boxing on ice, except every it's one on one with like I don't know, like 12 other people. It's some pretty insane stuff. But look, back to this. Before I pass on to Mario, so I actually want to hear what he has to say about this first. Both articles were written by Greg Wyshynski from ESPN. So I'll let you start off first, Mario. What do you think of the funny but absolutely stupid strange of events chain of events going on in New York?
Well, I'll start off with the fight, okay? Look, I knew there were tensions flaring about Tom Wilson and what
Yeah.
he did to Artemi Panarin and what he did to Pavel, but I did not expect 6 people all together at one time to get into a fight, Nate. I didn't expect it. I really didn't. And you know what, Nate? It's not a coincidence, okay? But one of the guys fighting was Tom Wilson.
Oh my
Now I'm
God.
looking at the now I was looking at the video while you were talking, and it showed a history of Tom Wilson's suspensions. This guy, man, I'm telling you,
Always getting suspended for something.
no, he. This is his history of suspensions. He didn't get suspended, obviously, because they only fined him. But this is his
Yeah,
history.
yeah.
In September of 2017, he got suspended 2 preseason games for interference. On October 2017, he got suspended 4 games for boarding. On May 2018, he got suspended 3 playoff games for a illegal check to the head. On October 18th, not October, excuse me, October 2018, he got suspended 14 games for a legal check to the head. That was originally 20 games, but they reduced it to 14. And in March of 2021, he was suspended 7 games for boarding. This guy has got to be the most physically dirtiest player in the NHL right now. I don't think it's close. And I talked about like Brad Marchand and everything like that, but I'm sorry, it's not even close. It really isn't. But I'm sorry. As soon as the puck dropped, all mayhem just went loose. And then you got the people in the penalty, and then you got the people on the bench that like banging on the glasses, like rooting for their teammate to go beat the other dude up.
I was
I
watching
mean,
that. I was watching that game last night. That penalty box was busy, man. If someone was working that job, they were getting big bucks. I'm telling you that right now.
I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. Look at this. Like, this is just laughable, man. And look, it is very unprofessional. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, NHL players fight, but to have 6 of them fight, it just shows you how serious the Tom Wilson incident is. Now, going to the fine, I absolutely think it is stupid. And the NHL can hear this all they want. They're not going to fine me because I don't work for them. It is an absolutely stupid fine. You're gonna find a man only 5 grand. Okay, and I understand because of the bargain agreement, that's the highest you could find him. I understand that, but that's the only punishment you're gonna give him, 5 grand for punching some dude in the back of the head, body slamming the other guy, and then swinging at him. You're only gonna give him 5 grand. But when the team that it happened to is very angry and they voice their frustrations about you as a public safety director, you end up finding them $250,000 for
Not even
expressing
that,
their.
but I actually just got something from the NHL. Rangers forward Pavel Bukovic, I butchered that name. He got banned 1 game for high sticking Capitals forward Anthony Mantha.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
it doesn't make any sense, dude.
I'm sorry, and it's Vucevic. I'm sorry, but this is the Rangers are the victims here. I'm being honest. They are. They really are. Okay, they've been the victims since that Tom Wilson incident. Okay, because I understand that Tom Wilson is a physical guy. We're only gonna fine him 5 grand for what he did. That's it. And then you voice your opinion, you get a $250,000 fine. That's stupid. That means you know what that's showing me, Nate? It's showing me that the NHL cares more about how people think of them than they do about the actual player's health. This is absolutely ridiculous and it's absolutely unnecessary. And Vucevic was the one who got punched in the back of the head. And he's getting a 1 game suspension for a high stick? I'm sorry, Nate, but it's getting that is absolute. I hate to use this word, but it's the best word to explain. It's bullshit.
Absolutely.
It really is. I don't care what the comments say. Okay, fighting is a part of hockey. I understand that, but fight the guy while he's standing. Okay, don't fight him while he's like face first on the ground and you punch him in the back of the head. And then on the other hand, the other guys, the teammates for the Rangers come in because obviously they're not happy about it, so they end up swarming. And then he ends up picking up Panarin and slamming him. Come on. This is absolutely stupid, Nate. It really is. And then they express their opinion about wanting you fired, and you go out there and you end up finding them $250,000. Let me explain to you, Nate. Okay. I remember a couple years ago, I'm going to the UFC, for example. Okay. Basically the president of the UFC, well, he is the president, but like the commissioner and everything else is Dana White, correct? I remember a couple years ago when Kobe Covington was having issues with Dana White. And I remember him specifically saying that when he wins the welterweight belt, which that didn't happen that night, but he said, when I win the welterweight belt, if Dana White tries to wrap it around my waist, I'm going to smack him in the face. Did Dana White go and find Kobe Covington? No, and that's a threat. But Bettman over here wants to find $250,000 on New York Rangers for voicing their opinion and expressing that they want him fired. I'm going to be honest. Like, look, not Bettman fired, but they want Parros fired. So it's absolutely dumb, mate. It really is. This is absolutely a stupid situation. I don't understand where these penalties and precautions are coming from, considering the fact that the biggest culprit is Tom Wilson and he's getting only a $5,000 fine. This is absolutely ridiculous, Nate. And I'm going to be honest, this situation with the Rangers and Capitals regarding punishments, I don't think it's ending. But let me tell you something. If Parros wants to make this right, or Bettman wants to make this right, he better put more punishment on Tom Wilson. I'm sorry, but he better. If not, then I'm sorry, but the Rangers are absolutely getting screwed here. So you know what? With that being said, I wish the New York Rangers the best of luck. I wish the Washington Capitals the best of luck, considering the fact that it's only Tom Wilson. And yeah, as for the fight, Nate, I mean, it's absolutely laughable. It's a pretty funny thing, but again, it's kind of unprofessional. So I know it's a part of fighting, but for the fact that all 6 guys are going to fight at once, I mean, it shows you how serious this situation is, but still, in my opinion, unprofessional. So with that being said, again, I wish the New York Rangers the best of luck. I wish the Washington Capitals the best of luck. Same thing with the NHL, and hopefully the NHL can get this right and give the actual punishments that they need to be given.
Right, absolutely. Let me start off with the fine. You basically said it all. This is an absolutely ridiculous fine. I mean, let me tell you something, okay? How many players have we all call out Roger Goodell because let's be honest, we a lot of us don't like Roger Goodell. Teams don't like Roger. Some teams don't like Roger Goodell. But you don't see him finding them. You don't see them finding him. Like you get what I mean. Like I know there was a couple of Cowboys players in the past that have talked about Jerry Jones. They don't like him or whatever. You don't see him finding them. But I mean, so what's the point with this? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. And the fact that, like I mentioned, they banned Vucevic for 1 game for a high sticking. which I get. You know, you're not supposed to do that in hockey, but still, you do that, but you can't even freaking suspend Tom Wilson for body slamming a guy on ice. You know how that feels? I mean, I don't, but do you know? I
Hey,
don't.
look,
I
look,
would
it
like to
hurts.
think it doesn't feel good.
All right, look, it hurts when like you slip on ice and you fall on your ass.
Yeah.
It hurts
Oh
a
yeah,
little
for
bit when you
sure.
do that. Just
Well,
imagine
I mean,
getting body.
yeah, we've been ice skating before. I don't know if you have, but I haven't. You know, slipping on the ice does hurt, but like being body slammed on it, that must hurt even more. That must hurt even more. Come on now. Like,
Right, and I
seriously.
understand. Right, and I understand this is like the highest, this is the maximum that he can get fined for, but at least give him a suspension.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And yeah, Mario, this whole fine thing just doesn't make any sense. You know, if they're speaking their opinion, let them do that. You know what I mean? It's come on now. As for the fight, I enjoyed every single second of it, dude. It's definitely unprofessional. You're absolutely right, it is. But I enjoyed every single second of it, dude. As soon as I was watching this game too, because I knew that there was going to be a fight in this game. I just did not think it would be the first second in the game. I just didn't, and I just enjoyed every single second of it. I was laughing my ass off, dude. That was absolutely hilarious. It
They
really
didn't
was.
waste
These
no
guys
time.
were fighting like crazy, dude.
They didn't waste no time. As soon as
No,
that
they
puck
did.
dropped, pads off, that was it.
It was like, nah, screw this. As soon as the punk drops, let's go at these guys. I'm gonna kick some guy's ass. Like if that was a snap bar, dude. If those, let me tell you something, right? If those penalty boxes were concession stands in MSG, they'd be getting their money's worth, dude. That's how many people were going in and out of that penalty box. It was insane, dude. Over 140 minutes of penalty time in that entire game. That has to be a record. And I think there was like 72 of them within the first 4 minutes of the game. Yeah, there was 72. It was just it was fight night in New York, dude. It was fight night in Madison Square Garden. You know, forget thriller, forget boxing. No, we got hockey, boxing on ice, dude. That's what it was, dude. It was a pretty interesting event. I'll put the video in the description down below if you want to go check it out, because it was a pretty crazy event at MSG last night. There was tempers flaring like crazy, dude. Oh man, it was just too funny for me. But look, obvious aside though, you know, I wish the NHL the best of luck in trying to figure this situation out with the New York Rangers. Same thing with the Rangers. You know, I wish them the best of luck. They shouldn't be having to go through stuff like this, but unfortunately they are. So I do wish them the best of luck. Same thing with the Capitals. You know, I do wish them the best of luck. And yeah, I want to see what's going on here.